What's going on, fellas? So, the ultimate debate: looks, money, or status? Which one gets you the most amount of chicks, right? Which one does she care about the most? Is there a zit on my face? Man, I just noticed that. Anyways. So, fellas, look into the billionaires of the planet. Just look into the life of a billionaire. And then look into your famous artists, rappers, musicians, movie stars, poets, directors, movie directors, YouTube stars, YouTube people who are famous on YouTube. Who do you see gets more ladies? Who do you see get more chicks? The billionaires or these famous people? The answer is right in front of you. It's living right in front of you. And some of you guys still can't see it. Fame will trump anything. You could be 300-pound overweight dude, but if you're famous, oh, you best believe you're gonna get some chicks. Some bad chicks. Some fine-looking honeys. You best believe you're gonna get some. Now, if you have money, looks, status as in fame, that's what I mean when I say status, red pill knowledge, and game, all 5 elements, you're unstoppable. You're gonna be running through chicks you're gonna be running through more chicks than Hugh Hefner probably did. You're probably gonna be the next Hugh Hefner. Or the next Dan Bilzerian. Hugh Hefner wasn't a bad looking guy. Like, he wasn't overweight or none of that, right? He was average looking face, but his body looked pretty in shape even when he was 90 years old. He was thin, he was slim. Dan Bilzerian, he has an amazing body. Now, however he got it, that's his business. I don't care. But he has an amazing body, no homo. And Dan's face, I mean, he's not a super gorgeous person, and he's not very ugly. He's like, if I were to rate Dan Bilzerian's face, even though it sounds weird and kind of homo, but no homo again, I would put him at an 8, solid 8. Just his face, how he looks. And then when you add money and status, because he has, what, 30 million followers on Instagram? You add all these elements. He has game. Of course he has game. Red pill knowledge, I don't know if he has it or not. He probably does have it, because I've heard him saying in one of the interviews that he will never get married because he doesn't like gambling half of his stuff in something. Half of his life income in something. That the return is not even that great of. So I'm guessing he has some sort of a red pill knowledge, but I don't know. I don't know the guy. So, and we already see how many chicks he's banging. So, fellas, fame is the ultimate trump card, and this is why it is the hardest to get. It's easier to get money than fame. It's easier to be a billionaire than to have 1 billion people on this planet know you. Don't believe me? Go try it out, fellas. See, money is a thing where you make a process. Like, let's say you have a business or investment or whatever. You go through a process, let's say, to make your first million. Then you go through the same process to make the next 5 million. Then the next 20 million. Then the next 50, 100, 150, 200, 500, 800, 1 billion. You follow the same exact process, and maybe you tweak out little details here and there. So when the ball gets rolling, it's not that hard. The hardest part to make money is the initial process. That's why a lot of people with great ideas can't start their business, because they don't have the capital, they don't have the opportunities. Maybe they're in some other country where the product that they have, the idea that they have, is not going to survive because everybody else in their economy is not rich enough to buy this product, is not wealthy enough, is not well off enough. They're not in the West. They're in some eastern poor country in the world. So because of the lack of opportunities, they can't get the ball rolling. But once the ball gets rolling, fellas, it's a snowball effect. You know, at the top of the mountain, when the ball starts rolling, by the time it gets to the end of the hill, how big that ball becomes? Same exact concept. And same exact concept with fame as well. But it's a lot harder to get that initial fame rolling. And the other thing with fame is, you'll see with musicians especially, is if they make a few good songs, but they don't continue to do this, they're gonna be forgotten after a few years. Same with movie stars. That's the big thing with fame, is that money, once that ball keeps rolling, it's pretty much unstoppable, right? Unless you do some hella stupid thing to just completely destroy your business. You're gonna keep getting money. But fame, especially with the process that you have, especially if you have like real estate investments and stuff, and stocks and bonds, stuff like that, things that are very solid, tangible things that are very solid. Those kind of things is gonna keep generating income for you, pretty much for as long as you live, till you give it up to someone else or till you get rid of your business. But fame is something that needs to be continuously practiced. Let's go back to Dan Bilzerian. Why do you think he has thousands of pictures on his Instagram? Because if he didn't, people will forget about him by now. So, what do you get out of this video, knowing about fame and what women want? And again, before I tell you what do you get out of this, let me just remind you guys what kind of creatures you're dealing with. Like you might still sit there and say that it's not fair that women only want winners, women only want the people that everybody else wants. Why can't she like me for who I am? I'm a nice guy, this, that, and the other. I'm a good-hearted person, fellas. If you're still living on that philosophy, after so many videos I have made, after so many other content creators have made so many other red pill content, I don't know what to tell you. If you still haven't accepted women's nature, okay? Because you see, before you even start building your life up, you have to come to the acceptance stage of red pill. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into a wall. You're going to keep getting frustrated. You're just going to be like, man, you're going to keep getting burnt out with whatever it is you're doing. So you have to accept reality. So once you first understand and accept it, now you're here, and now I'm going to remind you again that women have a hive mentality. They have a sheep mentality. I've made a video saying women are like sheep. Women have a sheep mentality. They have a herd mentality. They don't and can't think for themselves. They only go after the things that other women and other people want. You want to go buy a car? This is why do you think so many girls drive Nissan Altimas? Because once a chick sees, oh, all these girls are driving Nissan Altimas, this must be a great car. Let me go buy that. And then later they figure out this is a piece of crap. I like the GTRs though, don't get me wrong, but the Altimas, no. Dude, you're better off buying a Corolla. It'll last you a lot longer. But that's why you see women chase after the famous guys. That's why you see famous guys getting so many women. Is because once that ball gets rolling, once women start coming into your orbit, then other women start coming in. They're like, oh, all of these girls want him. He must be something special. And another aspect I want you guys to think about is that, think about how many approaches and how many times she gets hit on a day, on her DMs, on her Tinder profile, in person, wherever. So she doesn't have the time or the patience to filter through all these guys to see if all of these guys actually are high value or not, or to see which one of these guys are high value. So that's why she looks for social proof. That's why she looks for the guys who already have other people in their orbit. So that tells her that, oh, so he has value. He is a high value man, because it's already been proven for her. She doesn't need to do all the filtering and all the extra work. That's another reason why women go through this. Go towards the high value, high quality men that other women want. That's what I'm talking about when I'm referring to high value in this video. Now, what do you get out of this? Again, it goes back to pretty much in all of my videos, main idea. Self-improvement and what you want out of life. You have to ask yourself, hey, do I want to be like a guy who's like Hugh Hefner? Or do I want to be like Dan Bilzerian? Or do I want to be like any of these rappers, famous artists who gets all the chicks? Or do I want to make as much money as I can and just enjoy a few girls here and there? Or do I just want to make a mediocre, comfortable lifestyle, maybe six figures, maybe $80,000, $70,000 a year, and just deal with rotations of girls, still go out and approach girls and build rotations and this, that, and the other. It all, so what do you get out of this depends on what you want. All of it depends on what you want. If you want to be like Dan Bilzerian or Hugh Hefner and slay all these chicks, or if you want to be like Chris Brown and Bruno Mars and all these other famous rappers, artists and stuff, you need to create something. That's going to be the most challenging path out of all these paths. That's going to be the hardest path. Why do you think music industry is so hard to make it into? Because everybody's trying to be the next Chris Brown. Everybody's trying to be the next Bruno Mars. So you just go on SoundCloud. You'll see how many rappers are out there. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Even the good ones don't even get opportunities. Sometimes good artists, people with talent, don't even get opportunities. They don't get the exposure, so nobody gets to know about them, and they just spend their entire life chasing after this horse, this unicorn, and they never got it. So that's why you have to ask yourself, what do I want? And you have to take calculated risks. You have to weigh out the pros and the cons. Now, Dan Bilzerian is not or Hugh Hefner and Dan Bilzerian, they were not movie stars. They were not your rappers and artists. Dan Bilzerian got famous. I want to talk about Dan Bilzerian specifically, not Hugh Hefner, because Hugh Hefner was coming up in another era back in the days. Dan got up by Instagram, right? What did he do? He initially started posting his lifestyle on Instagram, which attracted more and more traffic. I'm sure he was advertising his channel. He was paying other people's pages to advertise his channel for him as well. And on top of that, he even admitted that he paid for girls. He paid for escorts, hookers, whatever. So what my best bet is that he was probably paying these girls to hang out with him and to take pictures with him as well. And he would post these pictures to drive in more and more traffic. Remember I told you that fame has to be practiced? So he needed to keep this ball rolling. That's why he would spend a lot. I'm sure he spent tons of money, millions of dollars by now, on girls. And going and taking girls here and there and taking pictures with them, whatnot. All these girls that you see hanging around with him, you think they do it for free? No way. No way. Unless he's like an absolute perfect Hugh Hefner, where the girls are living with him, and I think he's gonna get there eventually, to where they're living with him, and he's gonna make them models. He's gonna take him at that high level. Like Hugh Hefner had his own Playboy magazine model line, right? Dan Bilzerian doesn't have that. I think he's trying to make one, but it's not gonna be nearly as big as Hugh Hefner's Playboy magazine, right? Why? Because everybody can open up an OnlyFans account. Anybody can open up an Instagram account and drive traffic there. So what Dan has to do is keep his Instagram rolling. And this is why girls will keep coming to him. Because even though you can make an Instagram profile and get a few 100,000 followers, if you're a girl, just post some slutty pictures, you can get some few 100,000 followers, 300,000, 400,000, whatever you see these influencer Instagram models having. You'll never get as close to Dan Bilzerian's 30 million followers. But girls, since they have a bird brain head, they think the longer I hang out with him, the more he posts with me, the more followers I'm going to keep getting, the more people are going to give me attention. Because his number is that high. 30 million followers, fellas. Are you kidding me? That's a lot of people following him. So this is why fame will trump anything. And this is why you need to ask yourself, what do I want out of life? So That's what he did. He kept that ball rolling by paying, by showing his lifestyle. If that's what you want to do, and I mean, obviously, you're going to have to pay at some way, shape, form, or fashion. If you're trying to deal with women. Either you pay it up front or you pay it in the back end. We all know that. So you can't sit here and shame the guy. Oh, he's paying to get all these girls. Dude, the girl you're taking out on a date, you're paying for her too. You're paying for the date. So technically, you're paying for her time as well. So what does that make her? An escort? A cheap escort? Think about that for a second. I don't hate famous guys. I don't hate guys who have fame, who have done something for themselves, because they have made something out of themselves. They have created something. And you can't hate on that. Because I'm trying to create this YouTube channel for me. I can already see how hard this can be. I've been making video every single day since January. And I only have 2,000 subscribers. And a lot of these guys are from my motorcycle page, motorcycle videos that I used to post. So red pill guys are not even that much in this channel. So that's why I will never hate on somebody who's successful, and you shouldn't either. You should see what they did in their life, take something out of it, take something useful if you want to, and use it in your own life. If you want to go down that route. Just know that with fame, a lot of negative attention, criticism, haters will come as well. If you're trying to just live like a six-figure income, middle six-figure income, like $500,000, $400,000 a year, just mess around with a few girls here and there, you're not in the mainstream media fame, you don't have the mainstream media fame, but you have so much money that all these girls below you just throw themselves at you when they see you out about in public or in the gym or rolling up on your Lambo, crap like that, right? That's a lifestyle you can go after as well. Again, it's what you want out of life. That's it, fellas. I can't answer that for you. I just know I can only tell you what you need to do after you figure out where you want to be. I want to be a billionaire one day. And my plan is real estate. So we'll see how that works out for me. I'm shooting for the stars. If I end up in the moon, I know it sounds cliche, but if I end up in the moon, hey, it is what it is. At least I got something, right? And you best believe I have plans to pay for chicks. You best believe I want to experience the hookers. You best believe I want to experience the escorts. I have one life. I want to experience it all. And I have 20,000 followers right now on my Instagram. Go check me out. Go follow me, fellas, at zeekpeak. Same way you type my name on YouTube, same way you type my name on Instagram. My YouTube channel name is the same as my Instagram. I have 20,000 right now, and my goal is to get it up to like 30,000, maybe 32, 35,000 in the next, I don't know, a few years. How did I get that? There's a few ways I got there, and no, I didn't pay anybody. But we'll talk about it on another video if you guys really want to make me a video on how to get Instagram famous. I'm not a rich guy. I didn't pay anybody, and I still got a few thousand subscribers. So fellas, at the end of the day, just know that fame will trump anything. There's so many ugly dudes who are famous and get tons of cakes, tons of chicks, tons of booty on their face. So fame is the ultimate trump card. I will put that at the high. Looks, money, I would put money, and then I would put looks at the third one. Because as your looks start to fade, your money has to go up to compensate it. And we all know looks will always fade. Because of aging, right? We can't control that. But anyways, fellas, I hope this video made sense. I hope it cleared some of your questions, some of your concerns about what women really want. This is another video of women's nature. Women are sheep. Women are like sheep. They have a sheep mentality. They have a herd mentality. They go after the thing and the person that everybody else is going after. That's it. Now, another point real quick before I end the video to notice is that these Instagram influencers, these famous people on YouTube, whatever, you'll see that a lot of these guys have a huge male follower count, right? If you go to Dan Bilzerian's page, and if you scroll through his like list, you'll see a lot of guys are liking his pictures. There's not many girls liking his pictures. then you might say, well, you don't see a lot of girls going after him. Then you only see guys on his page, on his follower count. Then why do girls want him? Plain and simple, guys, because they think and they know that if Dan posts a picture of me with him on his page, me being the girl, like if I'm talking from a girl's perspective, the girl's telling herself, if I'm with Dan and he posts a picture of me on his page, a lot of guys are gonna come to my page because he has a lot of guys in his account, and these guys are gonna come to my page, and these guys are gonna blow up my page with comments, likes, and DMs, because guys are thirsty. Guys are the attention that women get is primarily from guys. That's the attention that inflates their ego, and they know that since there's a lot of guys on his Instagram, I need to be around him to get that attention. If the massive amount of followers was only from females on Dan's page, I don't think he would get that many girls, because these girls are not gay, right? I'm guessing they're not. A lot of them, most of them aren't. So why would they want female attention? They want male attention. Plain and simple, fellas. This is a dirty world out here. This is a dirty game out here. You have to know the rules. You have to make your own rules to play it. And just kick life's ass. And get whatever you want out of life. Hope this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this video to your friends. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.